Live and alert on the north side of the dirt and live. Emphasis on the live part. Yeah, I'm gonna be in here. I'm gonna be in here for a little while, for a little hot minute. Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm gonna say Theo. What's up, big dog? What's up? What's up? Got everything laid where I want it laying, I think. Yeah, got everything laying how I want it laying. Yeah, we gonna get it in today. We got some things we gonna be doing. We got some things we gonna be doing. We got some things we gonna be talking about that was on the docket. And we might even talk about some stuff that ain't on the docket. So, yeah, it's always fun to tune in to a Be Real with D Real because it's like Forrest Gump, like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Well, you have some idea of what you're going to get, but it might turn into some different stuff later on down the line. Don't say, I didn't warn you. Groovy in the building. Kamoya in the building. Showing my big bro. I gotta do better by you on Wednesdays when you on the radio. Ah, 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 ah. Respect. And I try to bring you some quality programming whenever I can. I think I shouted you out the other day. I think I did. Yeah, because you had said something about about the Ashanti tune. I remember that. Okay. Yeah, that's how we doing it. That's how we doing it there. We talking about because y'all saying a lot of stuff in here. How much How about Boston stomping out Dallas? Groovy is not the outcome I wanted to hear. I left out of where I was just before the game was starting. They was just getting ready to watch the game. I'm like, let me get back to the crib. I want to watch that at my house, and I will keep some alerts on. Now that you done brought it up, you said stomping them out. Oh my God! Let me see what is a stomp out the year. Oh, yeah, they stomping them out. 63-42 at the half. Damn. Come on, Kyrie. Come on, Luka. Y'all better do something. Better make it happen. Oh, you talking about on the radio? Yeah. That rain said. Well, you know how I do sometimes. It was raining. You know what I mean? And so it was just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna think of every doggone song I can that got something to do with rain, got rain in the title, or it refers to rain directly or indirectly, and that's how it came out. What y'all heard on the radio. So yeah, I appreciate it. I'm a maybe I will try to keep everything themed. Magic Blade, what's going on? What's going on, Magic Blade? Well, you know what? It is indeed looking like it's enough of y'all in here. And you know what? Let's just start on because a lot of stuff I'm gonna be talking about tonight, y'all, is either going to be comic book related or comic book adjacent. Let's do that. All right. Boom. Right here. Okay. Let me get that comment out the way so everybody can see that nice and clear. Okay. Boom. There we are. Hey, Gray, what's going on? Gray in the building. Okay, it's a happy little family up in here. Okay, Avengers Assemble. Yeah. First question: was this team put together to satisfy a cinematic demographic? I mean, because most of the characters, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 10 have appeared cinematically. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Excuse me. 7 of the. And well, if you count Wonder Man, boom, there you go. Wasp, Hawkeye, Cap, She-Hulk, Shang-Chi, Photon, and Hercules, if you want to be perfectly technical, has already made his cinematic appearance. And then you got Wonder Man. So while I agree that would make a wicked poster, Magic Blade. Maybe, but what about those that haven't? I'm so glad you asked that question. How hard would it be to do Julie Power, Living Lightning, and Night Thrasher? How hard would it be to incorporate Night Thrasher, Julie Power, and Living Lightning into the MCU? That wouldn't be a difficult stretch at all, especially for Night Thrasher. Living Lightning, I feel like if you got Photon, you don't really need Living Lightning on a squad. You know what I mean? I mean, am I tripping? What is it Living Lightning can do that, or Lightning, excuse me. He's calling himself Lightning now. But what is it he can do that Monica Rambeau can't? I guess is my thought. Almost kind of the same way when you got folks like Shang-Chi and Dwayne. I mean, what I get it. Dwayne got gadgets, but essentially, Shang-Chi and Night Thrasher are on the squad for the same purpose, hand-to-hand combat, I would think. And I noticed his Eskrima sticks are accessible now. That was fast. But that is an interesting lineup. So looking at the squad, Monica's the power. Right? Monica's the power on that squad. And when I say power, I don't mean strength like Hercules or She-Hulk. I mean power. So are we going to get to see Monica Rambeau display some of her power, or is she going to be underplayed by Julie and Living Lightning? Because that's the power of the group. We talk about actual powers. Everybody else is kind of just holding down a strength slot or a skill slot, if that makes sense. So, hey everybody, and hey Grand Madam. Grand Madam's in the building. Say hey to Grand Madam. I always say hey to Grand Madam. I like saying hey to Grand Madam. Kamoyo said it's like a depth chart, first, second, and third string. But aren't they a team? I mean, I get the string, but I don't know. I don't know. I have to see how they operate. I mean, that's a nice lineup. It's a refreshingly different lineup. I can't say I have seen this particular combination of heroes, let alone Avengers, together at the same time. So, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. They got all bases covered. Okay. 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 Cap will deploy them in different locations simultaneously. Okay, we'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. I don't know. I like Hercules. Hercules has always been one of my favorite Avengers. Monica, um, Night Thrasher. I'm always like Shang-Chi. It's a good combination of likable heroes. Put it like that. I have never looked at any of these characters and said I can't stand them. I've never looked at any of these characters and said they ass patties. You know what I mean? They all kind of struck me as ooh interesting. So yeah, hopefully, if Marvel don't drop the bag again and do something foolish with them, that wouldn't be a bad combination of Avengers to see cinematically. Stamina, top of the morning to you, or top of the evening to you, top of something to you. Who is the money behind the team, Jan or Dwayne? Well, if you recall, Dwayne sold the Taylor Foundation or shut it down, rather. He could be if he just wanted to just straight up funnel money into it, I guess. And I think yeah, maybe they're gonna need to get together, or how's it gonna work? That's a very good question. 2:45, very much morning. So you a night owl or a morning owl, depending on how you want to look at it. Steve got to catch that fade though when they meet up with the main event. Hey, I ain't forgot that. I ain't forgot that. I ain't forgot that forthcoming fade either. Um, let's see. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Didn't you add something? Oh, yeah, man. Those damn jackets. Don't nobody want to see that again, bro. Don't don't nobody want to see that again. I do not want to see the jacket era. Why? Who who said it was a good idea to bring the jacket era back? I do not like jackets on superheroes who do not need jackets, Sam. I do not like them. Not one little effing bit. Why? You got on a costume. What do you need a jacket for? Have a belt or an insignia or an emblem or something that says Avengers if y'all all want to match. You know what I'm saying? And when have the Avengers ever been known for wearing matching outfits anyway? That's the X-Men's thing. That's the Fantastic Four's thing. We ain't supposed to wear matching outfits in the Avengers. All I'm saying. I agree. Jackets are dumb. I mean, what function do they serve, especially if they ain't been treated with stable molecules and they could just be torn up? Oh, just get Crystal another jacket, I guess. What's the purpose of wearing it then? If it's not protective, oh, I need to be protected from the cold. Is that what we doing? Superheroes soft? They they can't stand out in the elements. Blue Marvel wears a jacket, Paul Martin, but Blue Marvel don't wear no jacket with a symbol on it. That's all I'm saying. They don't need matching jackets. Captain Marvel in the current Avengers is wearing a ugly Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band jacket, but she's the only one wearing that ugly ass jacket. The whole team isn't wearing ugly ass jackets. That's all I'm saying. Everybody don't have to have an ugly jacket on. It's the 90s, 100 patches and big ass bazooka guns. I hope not, D. And welcome, by the way, Mr. Steezel. The Avengers are a collection of individuals, not a completely put together team like the X-Men. Or even more, a team that has to follow the lead of a headmaster. Pause. Whoops. Villain's butt. Villain. I'll defeat you next time, but nice jacket. You're killing that look. Yeah, that's more of a vest. I agree, Kamoya. Nothing wrong with big ass guns if it's 1993. But everybody doesn't have to carry a big ass gun. Everybody don't have to have big gigantic ass shoulder pads. Everybody don't have to have pouches on their legs, pouches on their arms, pouches across a bandolier, and you never even pull anything out of those pouches. They just there. But I mean, I'm getting off the beaten, but I guess I'm just looking at Avengers Assemble like I hope it's successful. You know what I mean? I hope, you know, it may not be. Um Now, since we talking about unsuccessful, uh perfect segue into two of the most unsuccessful franchises I've ever seen in my life. And because I would like to pit them against each other, yes, I'm power scaling, but I'm doing it for fun, not because I seriously like, I read that, because it's the MCU and I really don't care. Boom. This is what we're looking at right here. The MCU Eternals against the DCEU Justice League. Who takes this and why? I would be inclined to say probably the Eternals. Let's talk about it. And I don't say the Eternals simply because of sheer numbers. I say the Eternals simply because of what each Eternal brings to the table and what the Justice League has to counter it. I mean, if we talk on raw strength, yeah, Superman's clowning, Wonder Woman's clowning, and with some degree of difficulty, Aquaman's probably clowning too. You know, but we got other things going on. What about my man in the back there, Druid? You know what I'm saying? Remember what his primary power is. Could he manipulate the mind of, say, the Flash? Could he manipulate Batman's mind? Could he make them do things that would probably in the end only serve as distractions against their other, teammates? But still, that's more numbers squaring up against what? 3, 4. I might have swapped out Wonder Man for Icarus. He's one of the few bricks that never joined the Avengers. Okay. But we're talking about the cinematic version here. Even the Wakandans had them till that synergy kicked in. Kamoyo reluctantly says, the Eternals. And see, he brought up something I wasn't even thinking about. Yeah, they've been around for 1,000. Well, in MCU terms, yeah, like what, 1,500 years? Something like that. Yeah, 1,500 years experience tops anybody on the Justice League. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, this is why I'm saying, just in pure power alone, they're outclassing this Justice League. Who's the smartest guy they've got? Probably be a toss-up between Batman and Cyborg. Okay, but we know Fastos is clearly coming up with stuff that's outclassing anything either of them could do. And pretty much, to some degree, all Eternals, with the possible exception of Makari, manipulate cosmic energy to some degree. That Justice League is getting washed. Period. And Paul Martin says, yet no one gives a crap about the Eternals in the comics. Hey, guess what? Guess what, Paul? Not so, not so, not so. You know why? Because I posed that question because me, as being who I am, I figured, oh, this is a wash. So let's make this more interesting, shall we? How's about that lineup? The original lineup from the Justice League animated series. The big 3 plus 4. Are they having a better time against the Eternals pictured below? Let's see. We got the comic book version. Comic book version. If you don't know nothing about the comic book version, you're going to be lost. We got Icarus. The comic book version of Icarus, which is probably a lot more versatile and a lot tougher than the cinematic version, in my opinion. You got Makari. Now, we got to understand something about comic book Makari. Makari, who has the ability to manipulate cosmic energy like all Eternals do, took the majority of that and dedicated it to just speed, to just running. And because of that, he can reach light speeds. There we go. Fastos, that's the married to a woman Fastos. Okay, now keeping in tradition with the MCU, at some point we always end up taking a male character and making him female or vice versa. That next one is Ajax. Yeah, they went and did it. Ajax is a female in the comics. Cosmic energy manipulation, high level. Okay, you got Sprite. You've got Gilgamesh, aka the Forgotten One. He's gone toe to toe with Hercules and Thor. You got Athena, which is basically the eternal version of Athena, goddess of war. You got Druid. He looks a little different, but the power set's still the same. And of course, the ever versatile Cersei. All right. Now, this fight is going to go maybe just a little bit different because we know DC Superman is that hero. And you got Martian Manhunter and you got Jon Stewart. That's a different fight, ain't it? Where we at? That's when, yeah. Eternals only ever fought deviants, though. Their teamwork, combat, shorthand against entirely new foes. Comic versions are more OP than the film. The images are back and forth if you take a look. Some of those images are Kirby-esque, while other ones are gaming like. So we saying Eternals got this one too? Who even talking about Batman? I don't even think Batman's a factor in this. Me personally, I would just take Batman and probably Hawkwoman right out of it. I mean, my Hawkwoman might hang for a minute because she's sheer combat skill, and then the Gregarians are a little more durable than humans are. But yeah, she ain't gonna be a factor. It's all gonna come down to John and Druid and Superman, Wonder Woman, Jon Stewart, and everybody else. and that's what, and I was saying to y'all, Icarus is a lot. I would put that Icarus up against the cinematic Icarus, and I got comic book Icarus busting cinematic Icarus's ass. Period. Okay, and that's just if he's not using cosmic energy to augment his strength. Remember, they can do that. And then we ain't even talking about, while we talk about him, we ain't even talking about Cersei. We ain't even talking about what Cersei can do to him. They're basically fighting the Molecule Man. So now I put it like this. That gang of Justice League might be tougher to take down, but they still getting took down. Wow. Now, maybe if the Justice League did a little adjustment of their roster to include, some tougher characters, maybe like Dr. Fate or Captain Atom or Orion, a couple more powerhouses, a couple more energy manipulators, they might stand a chance. Yeah. The Eternals are washing a lot of teams, and at the very reason I pulled the Eternals, because I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, man, if the Eternals really wanted to, they could run through a whole lot of things and a whole lot of people with resolute ease. I've got those Kirby Eternals books to read on my iPad. I love the stories and the archaic language. The art is not to my liking, though. Hard to discern what I'm looking at some of the time. Kirby can be an acquired taste. I think Fourth World, OMAC, Commandy, that stuff over at DC, that was probably some of Kirby's finest work, besides what he did kicking off Marvel. Swap out Bats and Hawk Girl for Zatanna and Firestorm. Yeah, they might have a little more of a chance. They might have a little more of a chance with that squad. They're rarely used in comics in general. Kind of surprised Hickman didn't use them yet. The Eternals are getting to be like the Inhumans. You know what I mean? At least that's how I feel about it. It's like the less and less you see them, the less and less you care about seeing them. just just some stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, are we about 30 minutes in? Yeah, we about 30 minutes in. Okay. Guys, I promised y'all some action figures. I promised y'all a little kit bashing. So we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Okay. I picked up a few action figures last week. My haul consists of this fella right here. He goes by the name, he's got a funny name too. He goes by the name of Zende Amanthir. And he's a magic user, and he is part of the Mythic Legions line. I am going to pull him out as my first fella that I am displaying for y'all. Thing I like about Mythic Legions boxes, you only have to do a lot of fooling around with them. The back part just slides up like that. Out it drops. Let's get a look at Mr. Amanthir here. How would he look like close up? Give you a nice close look. He's bald headed and he's got a gray beard. He's bald headed and he's got a gray beard. I like this fellow already. Comes with an additional head sculpt. It's got the glowy eye look and the rune on his head. Also got a pretty snazzy scepter. Look at that ball on the end. That's some groovy detail. I like the detail on that wand. That is amazing detail. It's a beautiful wand. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful wand. Also has different energy. What's the word I'm looking for? Energy coronas, energy halos for when he's doing his magic. He's got two smaller ones and a great big one. Ooh, that's a big one. Ooh. So let's give him a magic hand and see what he can do with that. Give him a magic hand. Okay. Pop off there. Pretty easy. Hope that's what it was supposed to do. Put that hand on there. Now we got a hand to manipulate the magic and the like. Pop that head off. Let's give him some magic. Ooh. That's the big spell. How much did he cost? Well, bearing in mind who you're talking to. You know I got him for a player's prize because Mythic Legion tends to be a little spendy. But I held out. I did some talking, I did some negotiating, and I got the guy down under 35. So, and there he is. Excuse me. We're gonna swing that arm out like that. There he is holding that staff, giving y'all magic. Now, the one accessory I forgot to show y'all that it comes with a hooded cloak. And before y'all say, "Oh, no, it's cloth. It's cloth. It's made of cloth. Yeah, yeah, baby. Yeah, we doing it like that there. We doing it like that right there. So what we do, we pops the head, slaps the hood on, and then pop the hood back on. And what have you got? You got Zende, Thea, hooded up and ready for action. That's a hell of a score, y'all, ain't it? That's a hell of a score, ain't it? That's a hell of a score, ain't it? I know. I did the damn thing, didn't I? Okay. He gonna be in some hella fire poses. That's all I'm gonna say. We gonna put him to work. We gonna put him to work. You hear me? He gonna get that work. A small spell there with the hoodie up. You know what I'm saying? So that's Zende. That's Zende Amanthir. He's got a couple more pairs of hands. Other than that, our boy is, trekking through the wilderness quietly. He ain't causing no trouble. He ain't causing no problem. Magic for hire, that kind of thing. But that is Zende Amanthir. That is the first of a couple of action figures that I'm throwing y'all. Now you have D-Real Sorcerer Supreme and D-Real Doom. Ha ha ha. He is referring to that figure right there. Bald head guys, y'all better leave us alone. And there we go. Yeah, he's good for posing too. And I will more than likely pose him. Shoulder pads and a change of hands. That's pretty much all there was with him, other than that. So next up, we're gonna enjoy the next one. Because I saw it and I was like, okay, I'd seen it a while back, and I thought to myself, do I really want to pick that up? Should I pick that up? Do I want to pick that up? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and pick it up. Why wouldn't I pick up? Why wouldn't I pick up a Muhammad Ali action figure? Put it right about there. So he even came with a robe. I like that. I thought that was really cool. So he has always been one of my idols. Always. Not just the idol or role model, though. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to courage, inside and outside the ring, the man had monumental amounts of courage. But yeah, here we go. We got him complete with the robe. Turn him around. You know, he's got his name on there. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. You know, we pulling it off. You know, we pulling it off. You know, we pulling it off. You know what I'm saying? So we can see what he make it do. Yeah, you got to get that robe off quick. Ain't nobody got time to be fighting with you, wrestling skull. He almost kind of, I don't know, the face, I guess, the face. And these are going like for dirt cheap. I got this one under $20. So yeah, they are going for a player's price. You better pick them up while you can. There he is. He's got, he's got a certain degree of flexibility. He gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You know what I'm saying? Lots of articulation, man. All kinds of articulation, bro. He's articulation down. But I mean, how much articulation are you gonna need for, them shoot that? You know what? I have a Bruce Lee action figure too. So I should get these two together and do some posing with Bruce Lee and Cassius Clay. Man, who holds it? Yeah, you gotta guard your face when you're throwing a jab. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready at all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be ready when you throw that jab. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we do. That's what we rocking with. Other than this, he's got to change your hands to where he can take the boxing gloves off. Fists, that kind of thing. Other than that, that's what you're dealing with one Muhammad Ali, formerly known as Cassius Marcellus Clay. I will find a very prominent place to put this and display it proudly. That's your man, Muhammad Ali. Right? Right. We get that roll back on in a little bit, maybe after the live. Okay. Now, my last piece I want to show y'all comes courtesy of the warriors of the animal kingdom. I showed y'all a couple of warriors of the animal kingdom before, and I told y'all I was going to be picking me up a Black Panther, so to speak. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not Black Panther like y'all thinking, but it is Black Panther nonetheless. My question to you, rock with me, nation. Earth X or Avengers Next? I got another one coming too, where instead of the fangs, jutting up from the jawbone, the fangs are jutting down and they're like over the bottom lip, so he doesn't look as, I don't know. It looked kind of goofy to me, but I like it. But here we go. Kit bash, boom. 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 Bam. Just like that. Boom. There you go. Done. Avengers Next. You know what I'm saying? Or we can go boom and take it a little step further. And say wham. Yeah, it's Earth X. Try a T'Challa head sculpt. I knew somebody was going to ask me that. Let me see if T'Challa head sculpts will even work with this one. Oh. Vast disparity in head size, Gray. I don't even think it'll stay on his head. Oh yeah, that nah, even even if that did stay on his head, nah, that's not working quite because the size is you got more neck than head. So nice idea, but ultimately wouldn't be able to execute it. Also, too, I had gotten another idea and I wanted to share this one with you because the joys of kit bashing never ever cease because somebody is thinking inside the box. So, remember this dude? Fang. Yeah, from the Imperial Guard. I took all that accoutrement off of his wrists, his legs, his chest, and his waistline. Wonder how some of that would look on T'Challa. Well, let's find out. Might have to try this one. I wonder if that will work. That one's a little better. Let's try that. Hang on a second. It's coming together. It's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. That work? I don't know how it would look. Because this is just, these are thoughts that I have, gang. These are thoughts that occupy my mind. These are thoughts that make me think thoughts, and I think thoughts and things, and then I go, that's a good thought that I'm thinking in things. So, hmm. Hmm. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. This is how Fang stuff looks on him. It's a little bit. Well, I'll just let you see it. What about that? Are we thinking something like that? Would that be nice? Probably just have to flatten that out and take that knob off because right here, I'll show you. On the back of this, because on Fang, that little piece goes down into the hole in his back. I don't know if y'all can really see that, but it's when you put it on the Panther, it's raised. So yeah, might have to move that to make it sit flat. But I mean, shit, that's a damn nice look if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about making my, my various Panthers look different, look unique. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give them their own look and not necessarily a traditional look. If that makes sense, an original design anyway, and kind of glean it off of, past designs. But that's how I'm doing mine. If anybody would ask me. Okay. Earth X seems easier to do though. Okay. 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 So I will get a Storm and do a little kit bashing with Storm because we know Storm has kind of a just a different look costume wise, I believe, in the Earth X world. So yeah, that's kit bashing, gang. You as they say in that old R&B song, you use what you got to get what you want. And that essentially is what your boy did. I made $1 out of 15 cents. Now, if I am on my agenda right, and I think I am, okay. Where's all my mathematicians out there? Where's all my math whizzes? Where's all my Pythagoreans and calculations and all of that? Them folks. I need y'all to do some math for me real quick. Can you do that? Rock with me, nation. Oh, he's got extra hands. All right, here we go. Pop quiz, hot shots. How much screen time total? How much screen time between them 4 movies was he on screen? Take your time. I know your math's good. I know y'all know how to add. I know y'all know how to subtract. I know y'all know how to, you know what I mean? Give me a number. Ballpark figure. How much time? How much time did my man's and them get on screen total? Gray says 63 minutes. 63 minutes. Okay. Now, in a movie titled Black Panther, you think he get more time on screen than 45 minutes. Or barely thereof. My point being, if excuse me, if you are the protagonist of a damn movie, why ain't you allowed to protag? You know what I mean? And somebody pointed out he had less time on screen than Scott Lang. You're telling me Scott Lang is a more important character to the MCU than T'Challa. But when y'all had an invading force, who'd you run to? You didn't run the shield. Hmm. That world of Wakanda took top priority and continues to. That is strange to me. Why does it continue to take priority, or is it the illusion of priority in the face of marginalization? Ooh, that was powerful. Let me say that again. Is it the illusion of lack of screen time? Is marginalization of the character the goal? Is that the goal? To marginalize the character. Had hardly any screen time in Captain America Civil War, but when he was on screen, was still in the show. Didn't have the screen time he deserved in his own feature film, but it made 1.3 billion. Wakanda was an integral part in the fight against Thanos in Infinity War. And its king doesn't make any kind of noble stand. Everybody just gets ran through. And then we don't even want to talk about Endgame. You'd have blinked and missed him. Why does this character get marginalized like this? I mean, I want to understand because it doesn't make sense to me. The things that I'm getting from this tell me that the people at Marvel and Disney are crazy. If I had a formula that, take Hanna-Barbera for instance, if they had a formula that works, do it to death. Why did you stop with this particular franchise? When it came to this particular character, you ain't put the wheels on. Why you ain't put the wheels on? Yeah, they ran their asses to Wakanda because they knew that was the only place where they could mount any kind of defense. And who said they would come there? Why did they come to Wakanda? Let me shut up. It started with Nate. Ryan was the accomplice. Clint, give it to me. And he rolled with it hard, didn't he? For the 10 seconds we got to see him in action. The first person through the portal, though, to shut casuals up. That's definitely one way of looking at it. They did with the BP franchise what they should have done with Asgard, but didn't. Indeed. Indeed. And that's the kind of stuff that I sit around and I wonder about. Should I be sitting around wondering about this kind of stuff, y'all? Or should I just chalk it up to they don't give a damn and just keep pointing out the glaring disrespect? We need people who are in charge to know and continue. They know, but we just need to continue to keep telling them because they don't seem to understand that the problem ain't us. The problem ain't this cult. The problem ain't fanatical fans. The problem is you not knowing anything about the characters you claim to be making cinematic versions of. And you're taking their cinematic version so far away from what they are in a comic book that if someone was to go and read a comic book about the same character, they're apt not to recognize. If you were to read about T'Challa in a comic book, if somebody laid a Black Panther omnibus in front of you, and it had every story from Fantastic Four number 52 to Blood Hunt, you would not recognize the T'Challa in the comics because the cinematic version is less like him than he should be. If that makes sense. Establish T'Challa first in a trilogy, then you branch off. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen, D. They didn't establish T'Challa in a trilogy. He didn't get a 3-movie story arc. He got a lot of death. I know that. The man died, what, 3 times? The man died 3 times. He's the king of the dead cinematically, but in a different way. It should bother you. Always check them on it. It needs to be more than one person doing that. It needs to be more than 10 people doing that. You know what I mean? Because one of us just sounds like we're starving for attention. 10 of us, we don't sound as thirsty. 100 of us sound maybe like a cult, but not a cult, which is what they keep calling us. 1,000 of us don't sound as crazy. When they saw that Black Panther made more money than Infinity War domestically, it hurt their souls. It's your money, though. I don't get that. It's all your money. If I'm making money doing A, B, and C, why would I get mad because C making more money than A and B because that person looks like somebody that I may not necessarily be in favor of? It's all green, baby. It all spins. Why are you tripping on how you get your guap? I don't get that part. Marvel let a lot of BP comics go free on Comixology in light of Boseman's passing. Me, as a casual, had my eyes opened to what stark differences there were from the movies. Way more yet to read. Indeed. Indeed, baby boy. I see you over there. Yeah. Indeed. Think about a South Park or Boondocks episode where they keep killing off the black superhero of that world. But see, here's the thing. They've hoodwinked the casuals and the shields and all of that to believe that they're just supposed to settle for what is done cinematically. Oh, you can't do nothing about it. Oh, you can't do nothing about it. I know at one time there were people that thought, oh, Harvey Weinstein ain't never going to get caught for the stuff he's doing. The wheels turn slow, but they do turn. And if you remain consistent, you will be there when revolution comes. Ooh, that was powerful. Not enough BP fans like Bat fans. If WB tried to explore Gotham before Bruce, fans would have ripped him a new one. Bruh, we gotta keep plugging. Gotta keep plugging, man. Gotta keep plugging every day, every way. We can be subtle, we can be overt. You know what I'm saying? We can be both. Keep swinging. Never get weary in well doing. I mean, I'm not a righteous person, but I do what's right, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And this ain't it does not sit right in my soul. You know what I mean? That just doesn't sit right in my soul. Hang on a second. Yeah. Anyway, whoa, they all got big media in their back pockets. There are a few folks that claim to be fans but don't move a muscle to do anything. I find that those same people are very adept at breaking stories, not so much as following them. I'll follow it to the extent that it makes you believe I really care. And in some cases, those people really do care. But in some cases, they're just being sensationalists. Too many fail for the okie doke. Even think T'Chaka was around in 90s cartoons. And that's what I mean. It's like we got incensed and we still are incensed. But as Theo says, is it moving the needle? And the needle is what needs to be moved. Everything else. Just arguing with people who aren't going to add an erg of anything negatively or positively move the needle forward. On the radio the other day, I was talking about distractions. Okay. And do we realize the shit that's distractions? Do we realize the stuff that is distracting us from focusing in? Y'all see me on Twitter. Y'all see me on X, but y'all don't see me at all out war with mugs all the time. If it's helping to bring somebody this away, if it's helping to move us forward, it needs to be done. But if not, if it's just frontline hack and slash, leave that to Buckmeister. He loves that sort of thing. he lives for that. He's got the energy for that. You know what I'm saying? Some of us energy will be better used in other things. What's your strength? I don't know what your strength is, but and understand what I'm saying. When I say move the needle, I mean keep that bitch moving. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Find ways to keep it moving. It ain't moving right. It just ain't there. Figure something out. I do what I do with videos, but I'm not the only one that should be doing something. Theo ain't the only one that should be doing something. The real difference between Black Panther and Wakanda Forever was 29 to 30 million tickets not being purchased. That moves the needle. That moves the needle. While not a death, ABC, owned by Disney, got mileage out of a Roseanne show without Roseanne. I wonder if they looked at that as a template of how a franchise can work minus lead. I don't watch it, and I don't know nobody who watches it. So, yeah. Can't let apathy overtake you. I am not apathetic, but I am realistic. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. All day, every day. Bro, we've moved the needle with more knowledge than anything else. Knowledge and consistency. Knowledge over everything. I agree. Back and forth. Thank you. Okay. If it's somebody that needs to get it, then we need to designate a getter. You know what I'm saying? Like we know Buckmeister, for all intents and purposes, is the attack dog. He out there in the yard. People throw rocks at him. He out there tearing at everybody. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because there's not. It's just letting you know, if you come over here in this area, this is what's going to happen. And he's just the front line. You know what I'm saying? He's the servitor. He's the vanguard. You know what I mean? And the deeper you get in here, the worse it's going to get, because it's going to get more complex. It's going to get more sophisticated. You know what I mean? And like Marshawn Lynch said, a lot of people don't want to go through that. and that's how you deal with that. That's how you deal with that. That's how you quiet that. When you hear regurgitated facts, when you hear regurgitated information, chuck the deuces and keep moving with that shit. Man, there ain't even no sense in wasting time with people. Oh, he's already been recast. I'm tired of answering that question or addressing that. You need to let it go. I'm tired of addressing that. I'm tired of going around them saying that I'm not giving my energy to them people no more. They are not worthy of my energy. That's why you don't see me bickering and bitching and pissing and moaning with them on Twitter. You aren't saying anything that's making me even stop to address you. Hater for all that. The X-Men diss of T'Challa finally woke people up. That people who work for Marvel looking stupid. That had people work for Marvel looking stupid because they didn't even have a viable answer or explanation. Because they so busy throwing shit to the wall, hoping something will stick, they ain't take the time. There are inconsistencies just within the cinematic universe. Not the inconsistencies in canon and source material. Just within their own little effed up universe, they got inconsistency. So, yeah. Why? That's what we get. Just like that's what you need to keep calling attention to. Damn them little bees, them flies, them maggots that's buzzing around trying to get a rise, that's coming around trying to create, you know what I'm saying? If your opinion or your statements don't make no damn sense to me, I'm not addressing it. If your opinions are based in some stuff we done long since told you about, or you done seen it for yourself, and you still out here yip yapping dumb shit, I do not have time for that. I don't. Bigger fish to fry. Deeper wells to dig. Fooling around with these clowns because they just want 15 minutes of fame because they said some slick shit and thought somebody needed to hear that. Our merch and knowledge and comic collection steadily grows. There's no competing with that. Knowledge reigns supreme. Knowledge reigns supreme. I get that. But everybody else that ain't reigning in knowledge need to reign in their skills and they talents and their gifts. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And we got some people out here, man. We got Kamoyo, we got Gray, we got a couple more people out here that's out here popping out some stuff and doing things and moving the needle. This Rock With Me Nation is the best concept we ever could have came up with for doing this. We rock with each other, and so we make one another stronger. United voices is louder voices. United voices is louder voices. United voices is louder voices all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. We've been providing more BP content on our two channels than the MCU, and that's not a stretch. Oh, I'm not saying we ain't. I'm saying the Rock With Me Nation ain't D-Real and Theo. The Black Panther fan club ain't D-Real and Theo. There's more people in that group with gifts and talents. If this is the mission. Anything you can do, say, create to that end moves the needle. You see what I'm saying? So it's not aim the bullet. You hear what I'm saying to you? Aim the arrow. Okay? I was once told you can only draw, knock, and shoot an arrow so quickly. You can only aim and shoot so quickly. But once you're fixed on your target, bah, 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 bras. Breathe, relax, aim, squeeze. That's how you hit a target. Whatever that target is. Whatever you're shooting with. Feel me? Beware of Buckmeister. I am Hades, and Buckmeister is Cerberus. How's that for an analogy? They tried to pull T'Challa's death into the MCU girl power shtick. It came off as pandering, and folks saw right through it. House of Cards and Roseanne are the only recent instances where they killed off lead actors and didn't recast. Regulated 2020 talking points. Okay. Beware of Kamoya. Yep. And the AAA video game situation. So much work to do, my friends. So much work to do. Us older cats may recall when Red Fox held out for more money on Sanford and Son. They wrote him out temporarily as being in St. Louis. Grady stood in. Too many other ways not to use T'Challa in BP2. As a Gemini, I have a kind, understanding, compassionate side. The other side will destroy you with logic and accuracy. Indeed. What I meant was the MCU ain't giving folks what folks claim they getting when it comes to BP. And what I mean is continue to expose that. Camoyo, the cynic in me, thinks making Namor as Latino was designed to kneecap recasters and paint them as racist as well as misogynist. That worked for a little while. But you just keep talking about it, and you just keep bringing attention to the fact that that's all it was a cock and bull story. That all kind of worked itself out, didn't it? Like I said, I'm not a righteous person, but I do what's right. Mr. Martin Latinos rejected Namor so quickly that Tanakh had a hard time afterwards. Yeah, nobody asked for that. That, who, let's do this. Yeah. Bad idea. The fact old boy tried to use the internet talking point of T'Challa being a kid in the 90s when Storm and others are already grown in the universe after the episode aired. I was flabbergasted. There's some haters out there. That's all I can say about that. Juicy haters. Brown Namer was definitely designated for something. Folk bought that too. Yeah, well, it goes back to that mentality of you might as well accept them ham hocks. You might as well accept them chitlins. You might as well accept them livers and them gizzards. You might as well accept the lower portions of everything, because that's what we want to give you, and you don't even know it's lowly, so you just gonna accept it, fix it up, put hot sauce on it, and eat it. I think Gray says it all the time. You get the representation that you settle for. You get the representation that you settle for. Don't settle for it. Tell them folks how you feel about it. Heroes at Marvel.com. Fit to print. Okay to print. They might not print it, but they show can't say they didn't get it. They show didn't. Yeah, if enough people shoot off some heated emails at the same time, and them joints hit them at the same time, they can't ignore that. They can't. My friend Filiberto saw the Wakanda Forever trailer, Namor walking out the water, and was so angry he cursed out loud. He was hot, 38 hot. I know that's right. Till we exposed that trailer of him coming out of the water. What that water? Okay, we got backed by older Latinos. Marvel does have some Mayan characters, but nah, let's not put Atlantis in there. Boom. That version of Namor was like vegan oxtail. Why? No point to it. You ain't lying. Vegan. Gray is like 99% of them didn't watch Marvel animation growing up. Cause they directed it at that generation that don't like us. That's your T'Challa, Dad. That's your T'Challa, Grandpa. That's your Black Panther. This is my Black Panther. He's 12 and he's gonna put on a habit and kick butt and be groovy and eat avocado toast and wear earbuds all the time. Oh shit. That's the rub. When Shields talk noise to fans, they're talking to money. Ticked off T'Challa fans who love to piss off or wait for it. Money. And I don't get that people don't get that, Gray. You know what I'm saying? My stuff's green too. I got just as much of it as that cat got. The only difference between me and him is I am discerning. I'm not finna give you $20 to sit in 4D and watch some BS that I know don't have nothing to do with the character you claim it's paying homage to. Ain't nobody finna do that. Well, nobody who truly cares about a character. You know what I'm saying? My thing is you can't understand it because you're a Batman fan. You can't understand it because you're a Superman fan. You can't understand it because you're a Captain America fan. Your favorite character has never been in danger of being 100% wiped out. Your character has never been in danger of being transformed into something it never was. More than one person's been Batman. You don't see us trying to force. And see, here I am doing the very thing that I'm telling y'all not to do, going over the same damn talking points because it's frustrating. I ain't said this shit before. Why should I have to keep saying it? I know you heard me. I know they heard me. Seen a long interview with Bo DeMaio on a comic channel. He said something interesting. He said some interesting things about the industry. Even Letitia has struggled since. Hey, sometimes you can't get that stigma off of you and you die being that character, or you just learn to live with it. Ask David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff ain't got to be no other character. He's played other characters, but when I say David Hasselhoff, you automatically start thinking about Michael Knight. You start thinking about Kit, something like that. I'm not getting off this hill. We T'Challa fans should never have let MCU biggies off the hook for intellectually castrating T'Challa. So happy to see him on screen. We let it slide. M Heroes at Marvel.com. Matter of fact, there you go. Got a question? M Heroes at Marvel.com. Okay to print. Who said you got to be cordial in that letter? Who said you got to be respectful in that email? Who said you got to talk to them the way using the King's English? One of two things can happen. It can get printed or it cannot get printed. But they can't say you didn't send it to them. They can't say you didn't express your opinion. You see what I'm saying? Who antagonizes the target audience you need to come see your product? That's the dumbest business strategy in entertainment business. Who ignores their target audience? Then after we can't be ignored, you antagonize. You still ain't gonna get no money. Fine by me. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine buying cool shit like this. Yeah. Not spending money at the theater allows me to do that. Not buying and paying for Disney Plus allows me to do that. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, yo, King. I noticed Daisy Ridley be struggling, so I imagine it's double for Letitia. Hey. You've been in some trash movies. It's hard to live down. It's very hard to live down. I complained about T'Challa since, yeah, same. Why T'Challa have to go out? I mean, why T'Chaka had to go out like a sucker? Still Michael Knight to me, and I watched and liked Baywatch. The defense rests, Your Honor. David Hasselhoff is Michael Knight. He had a whole nother series. You know, and you know how black folks do. He on Baywatch, and it's an episode of Baywatch on, and I'm looking at Baywatch talking about what Michael Knight getting ready to do. You, sir, have been typecast. Oh, man. Mario King, I remember some fans were livid when they read those leaks. Bruh. Black Panther coming to the screen, but he ain't coming to the screen the way he posed to. Gray, they did that because they figured out women would make us come see it. Democrats use the same strategy with the black vote. Yeah, did you see what they had Joe Biden saying? And you could tell he was reading it off of something, just trying to get everybody geeked. At Kamoyo, are we to assume T'Challa leaping across the room to his dad was played off as adrenaline? So if Challenge Day is a thing, who did T'Challa defeat to become the current Black Panther in the MCU, or the Black Panther in the MCU? Some of my feedback has been mean. It needs to be. It needs to be, because they think don't nobody care. Don't nobody say nothing. We can just do whatever we want to do, and we can just keep doing it. Fans were thinking T'Challa got his powers from his ring, like he's a lantern. Well, at the time, T'Challa had the herb in him. So why didn't T'Chaka? Because at that point, he was just the king and not the Black Panther anymore. I'm trying to help him out. Daisy Ridley is doing far more than Letitia Wright. Their IMDb's are day and night apart. Like Theo pointed out, Ultron took T'Challa's origin. Yes, oh dear Lord in heaven, he did. That I don't know what they was. I don't know what they were. I don't know what they were thinking with that, man. That would have been the perfect time to introduce T'Challa. If you ask me, T'Challa was introduced one movie too late. Period. You had a Age of Ultron would have made so much more sense, and it would have went over so much better if you would have introduced T'Challa in that movie. And we would have gotten the T'Challa claw encounter we wanted to see. But I digress. Helping them out with their movie plots and storylines. Let them do what they're doing. At Kamayo, I still owe Marvel F yours for killing Marvel and Bill Foster. I let them off the hook, as Dennis Green said. They are exactly who we thought they were. T'Challa drank some diet purple stuff. Remove all super abilities. Well, as was revealed to you, courtesy of my Panthers Prey video, we know that T'Challa has to reapply the heart-shaped herb once a year. So there would be no need to give him shut-off juice You know what I'm saying? I always what you drink the R-shaped herb juice and it gives you power. You drink it again, it takes it away. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I got questions. I got questions. I got questions. Diesel, sugar water, purple. Oh, it wasn't not edutainment's what I do. That's all I'm saying. You know, it ain't no knock on nobody, but I mean that just it is what it is. So I could see, you know, maybe like cinematic T'Chaka saying, okay, I ain't gonna take it this year. I ain't with it. My boy's the Black Panther now, and we don't have to worry about all that, you know, or maybe something like that. I get it, but I mean, inconsistencies, crap tons of inconsistencies. The film failed. The box office came in 500 million short from a almost $500 million budget in marketing. Chapek got fired on his day off at Elton John concert, and the actors are looking for work elsewhere. So true. Chappelle Show skit talking about blacks loving grape drink. I was joking why T'Chaka had no abilities in Civil War. Oh, okay. But I mean, still, you know what I mean? That made no sense to me. You have a heart-shaped herb deactivator. If there is a potion, a poultice of some sort made in a Wakandan apothecary that can counteract the effects of the heart-shaped herb, why hasn't anyone weaponized it? Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I still want to know why Killmonger didn't murk Bucky. See, I don't need to find the inconsistencies. Y'all are doing it for me. But how about this, y'all? Y'all can play along with this if you want to. If you don't, you don't have to. But I constantly keep going back to the fact um, that Hanna-Barbera has made some of the most formulaic shit ever. And it worked. Okay. 1969. And y'all probably heard me talk about this before too. Scooby-Doo came out. Story, main character, bunch of kids, solve mysteries. Let's do it again. Doom Buggy. Teenagers, solve mysteries, speed buggy. Let's do it again. Main character, this time it's just the girl, but she got a band with her. Solve mysteries, Josie and the Pussycats. Let's do it again. Main character, teenagers, solve mysteries, the big ass shark in the future to talk. Jabberjaw. And that formula worked all through the 70s. All through, y'all. Because you watch some of it. Let's take an animated show from the 60s. And without bastardizing it or taking anything away from it that was essential part of it, to make a live action movie. I had the perfect Hanna-Barbera character. There you go. Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest debuted in 1964. Okay, it's a story about a kid. He's got to be the coolest, luckiest kid ever. He gets to fly around in a cool ass jet with his scientist dad and his bodyguard and his Middle Eastern adoptive brother, I guess, Haji, and they bulldog. And he runs into everything from mummies to pteranodons to crazy scientists with crazy inventions. How hard would that be to turn into a live action movie? You get a little blonde haired white kid, you get a little Indian kid, 2 actors to play Race Bannon and Benton Quest, and you got a movie. And you don't have to change anything other than the time. Okay, it ain't the 60s where it was cool and hip and happening to do James Bondish type stuff. You just update it for the 2000s. What do kids like now? What's cool now? Make it that. And Johnny Quest will probably be a very entitled kid. That just is what it is. How do you screw that up? Shit, DC was able to incorporate Johnny Quest and a crap ton of Hanna-Barbera characters into a whole comic book that worked. Galaxy Trio, The Impossibles, The Herculoids, Birdman, Frankenstein Jr., Mitor. They even color swapped Mitor. So this can't be done. Exactly. It is. You know what I'm saying? And I think what Turner Broadcasting owns the rights to Hanna-Barbera stuff right now. Need to start getting on their helmet. Huh, you was a Speed Buggy fan. Oh, okay. Johnny Quest. Yeah. Oh, I want Thunder. Okay. Okay. Gotta peep the rest of Space Ghost. I will be. That's probably gonna be the last thing I talk about tonight. But yeah, yeah. We got a few videos about that. No, it wouldn't be hard at all. But it's always either a producer or a writer, movie producer or writer, that wants to put their unique spin on a character, on a franchise. They want to put their unique spin on it, but they ain't never stopped to consider if they should. You see what I'm saying? This was a fun series. Future Quest, yeah. Theo, what about a live action Scooby-Doo written by Ace Vane? I don't know about that. I bet Jendy Tartakovsky could do big things with this franchise. I like Johnny in the 60s setting. Jade works better in that period too. Great. Your homework tonight is to go home or go watch Johnny Quest. And I want you to count the racist tropes in Johnny Quest, because it's a bunch of them. And that's why I say updated, because the 1960s was not a cool place to be if you were Asian or black. And how we gonna do a whole movie and not put no black people in it? I didn't see one black person on Johnny Quest ever. Telling me it just wasn't no black people jet setting and flying around. Now I seen some dark skinned people in South America, and I seen like some angry African tribes, but a black character on Johnny Quest, unicorn. You know what I mean? So my wife says Captain Caveman. I was a Captain Caveman fan. I ain't even go for Captain Caveman was in Future Quest. And Dino Mutt and Blue Falcon. Future Quest was a fire ass book. Y'all missing out. Y'all didn't read Future Quest. A J.J. Abrams Johnny Quest. A J.J. Abrams Johnny Quest probably would be fire. Johnny Quest is hella problematic. Not if you update it, Kamoya. I mean, irresponsible adults are going to be irresponsible adults. When did Caucasian people stop being irresponsible adults cinematically? Robin. We've already proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, Bruce Wayne is one of the most irresponsible billionaires ever. You're going to take a little boy and put him in harm's way? Can we get a Strike Force Morituri movie or Dreadstar? Look at you and your Jim Starlinness. Bring Defenders of the Earth back. How we get on all this other stuff that ain't Hanna-Barbera? Y'all just look at y'all. Y'all fired up. Y'all fired. Now you see where I'm at. You're where I'm at. You talking to yourself about your favorites and saying how easy would it be to do this and what would have to be taken out. How could I keep this as pure as I need to keep it for it to, remain its same pristine version that we remember? I'd love to see a pristine version of Silverhawks. My only issue, they got a black character. You know what that black character's name is? Hot Wing. Hot Wing. Okay. I'm not even gonna go there with all the ramifications that come with a black character named Hot Wing. Oh, worse than that Spider-Man episode with the African dude. Oh, okay. Paul Martin wants to see another Phantom movie. Okay. I think they That movie didn't age well. That's all I'll say about the Phantom. It did not age well. No knock on Billy Zane. Billy Zane wore the purple tights fine, and that it was a great movie. Catherine Zeta-Jones did her thing, and all. But I just yeah, it didn't age well. I already told y'all. If you're gonna remake something from the 80s or the 90s for me, and you're gonna get serious about it, Meteor Man. I need a serious ass version of Meteor Man, like the comic book. Remember the Meteor Man comic book? And Golden Lord and him and Golden Lord squaring off, and that fight being a little more exciting than what it was in the movie. Yeah, so much stuff could have been done. The television show Mantis with Carl Lumley. That show needs to be remade into into a movie or another series, because the concept was, mwah. You know what I'm saying? It captured all them elements. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Come on, yo. Exactly. That's exactly my point. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. They just slide it in there, and that's a bunch of kids. They ain't gonna say nothing. Updated Battle of the Planets and Lion Force Voltron Robotech 2. You didn't enjoy that Voltron series on Netflix? They had like 8, 9 seasons, or 8, I think 7, 8 seasons. It was a few seasons, but yeah, I think they were very respectful of the source material in that Voltron. There have been a couple of updates of Battle of the Planets. There's a Gotcha Man OVA. There is a live action Gotcha Man Japanese, but it's meh. You know what I mean? A respectful, cool version of Battle of the Planets, or Gotcha Man, because Battle of the Planets, that's us naming they stuff. You know, like we start calling Gojira Godzilla, and it just stuck. Sam Richardson is Meteor Man. He's the nerdy brother from Veep. Who say Meteor Man gotta be nerdy? He could just be bookish. Thinking of that trash Double Dragon flick, but I remember the Marvel. Yeah, 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 it actually was. Netflix Voltron went full Tumblr towards the end. I liked it. I thought it was very respectful of the stuff that came before it. But as you can see, everybody ain't happy with everything. Now, somebody earlier said something about, excuse me, let me get this bloody comment out of the way. Somebody said something earlier about Space Ghost. You're looking at the cover of Space Ghost #2 from Dynamite Press. David Pepos and Jonathan Lau are cooking up some more good stuff. Space Ghost takes Jan Jason Blip to the Ghost Planet. What's going on the Ghost Planet? Is the ghost planet hostile, or is the ghost planet going to be, okay, this is where we established our headquarters, or does he already have a headquarters and this is what's going on? And villain development. Villain development. We have not yet seen Moltar. I think we will. We have not yet seen, Zorak. I think we will. We have not seen Metalis. I think we will. And at some point, if this book continues and is successful and everybody rock with it, I'm pretty sure we might even see the Creature King. So, how many of us was rocking with that first issue of Space Ghost? Did y'all pick it up? Did y'all check it out? The artwork is sharp, and they are really making Space Ghost. He ain't got that 60 sensibility no more. He ain't just, Space Ghost calling Jan and Jay. He breaking folks' arms. He punching folks in the. He ain't playing. He is not. They almost. I would even say they almost kind of Batmanized Space Ghost. He's rough around the edges, and he ain't one to mix words. And I'll blast you in the face with this beam before I talk to you. So I'm with it. I am all in for it. Space Ghost is my dude. Long as they making it fire, I will keep collecting it. Period. So there y'all go, man. Space Ghost. How y'all feeling about Space Ghost? Y'all ready? It should, matter of fact, issue 2 should be coming out next week, if I'm not mistaken. That is a dope cover, ain't it, D? I like it. The cover's the draw. If you get me in with the cover, then I'm rocking with everything else. They might as well call Hot Wings Home Planet KFC. Or churches. Yeah, cover is fire. Yeah, that cover is fire. Y'all want to look at it. That's the main cover. They got about 6 variants. So, yeah, if you into variants, there are plenty of variants of this comic book to pick up. Get down for the get down. I dig it. I dig it too. Brown's Chicken. Look here, y'all. Q&A time. Q&A. What you guys say? I might have some answers to some very burnt up questions. Some questions that are just bugging and bothering you, bugging you. Q&A is how we make it go away. We ain't gonna let those questions bother you. We are the Rock With Me Nation, and we deserve to have knowledge dispensed to us. When we cannot dispense knowledge, we go and seek that knowledge. And once we seek that knowledge, we share that knowledge. I was talking to Mr. Ray Smith last night on Insta, and I was sharing some knowledge with him he was not aware of. So, bruh, each one teach one. Step up to the plate. Help your brother. Give him that knowledge he's seeking. You under dig? Holla at me, y'all. What y'all got for me? What the Q&A do? What the Q&A do, family? What the Q&A do? I'm just sitting here with this Black Panther posing it, giving it a couple of different poses. Yeah, that's fly. Anyway, let's see what y'all talking about. Any living Black musical legends you haven't seen in concert yet that you still want to see? Okay, let's see. I've seen Michael Jackson in concert. I've seen Prince in concert. Never got a chance to see Whitney Houston. Sade. Get to see Sade, I can die happy. Did you check out that Alpine figure? Yes. Yes, I did. And yeah, it is getting got. That and that new Storm Shadow. And I have a question for y'all. Hang on a second. Let me get to it. Let me get to it. Let me get to it. Have you checked out the Cabal? Ooh, nice. So that's a set, y'all. That's a set. I like Dr. Doom's belt. I like Dr. Doom's belt. Dr. Doom's belt is fly. Norman Osborn comes with a Norman Osborn head sculpt. You know, he's got those waves. And then you, of course, you got Taskmaster. These guys, I think, are going for $69.99, if I'm not mistaken. You can pre-order the Cabal. And I don't think there's been a good Taskmaster since that one that had the peg, the legs. The legs I don't like. The early model legs. I don't like them because they got they look like little knobs. Oh goodness. How would you do a Black Panther ongoing post Blood Hunt? Just do it. I mean, why do we need to set up a premise? Or I mean, just go in. What if you are you talking about what story would I lead with after Blood Hunt? Well, you know me, I go about the task of setting up his rogues gallery. I would have a gang of superheroes that don't like, I mean, not superheroes, super villains that don't like T'Challa pull up and be like, we got a bone to pick with you. At some point, like everybody's asking, like Graven, I would need to run that cap fade at some point. So yeah, that's how I do a Black Panther ongoing. So you asked me who I wanted to see. Now you dooking on it. It's all love, man. Any Black superhero figures you want to get with a new design? God damn. I don't know about a new design, but I would like a Charlie 27, the Jim Valentino version. I would like a Charlie 27. I would like a Nikki. We don't have a Nikki action figure. You said black though. So black superhero. We definitely need a new Misty Knight. We definitely need a new Misty Knight. We need a respectable Misty Knight. We need a Misty Knight with a big fro and yeah, we need a new Misty Knight. To say the least. And give us a Colleen Wing while you at it. I made me a Daughters of the Dragon, but still, it'd be nice if y'all went on ahead and made a Colleen Wing. No, she's not black either. I would like to see a Nightshade figure. I would like to see a Madam Slave figure. I would like to see a jungle action Killmonger. Yeah, I know the Jerry curl shag and all of that, but I would still want to see one. Period. I would. Peace out, Stamina. Favorite Bashima brother, regardless of Anchor John. John. I like Sal, but John all day, twice on Sunday. The Deadly Foes of T'Challa story. Might as well be. Everybody else getting one. Ain't he stunting on us? Ain't he stunting on us? Make Killmonger a 7-inch figure. Or at least give him some, give him some, make him a little bigger, more imposing. So the task of T'Challa bringing him down looks that much more insurmountable. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that 100%. I agree. Look here, family. We're at the crossroads. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Good golly. I think 15 was the highest point. 15 people up in here. That's not bad for 24 hours notice. Oh, just imagine what I'd do if I gave you a week's notice. Look here, y'all. It's dinner time. So I'm about to go put the wife and kids to bed and go hunting for dinner, as they say. But look here, y'all. You know where I'm at. Every Thursday night, right here, 9:30 Eastern. And me and Theo gonna be pulling up tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. You know how it go. It's a whole vibe, baby. Get in where you fit in. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all, be good. Be good to each other. Wait. Did I talk about what's gonna be going on Friday night vibing? I didn't, huh? Oh, you know what? I am going to save that. I'm going to save that. You know why I'm going to save that? Because edutainment explains it. Like I said, that's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.